Thank you for watching Global Perspectives. I'm your host, Gaston Gomez, and today we'll have a candid conversation about culture and education with Digno Cruz. Digno, welcome to my show. How are you today?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Great, thank you. So listen, I met you a few years ago. You were a student at Annapolis High School, and your story is remarkable. I would love for you to share with everybody who's watching about your story. So where are you from? When did you get here? How do you learn English? You know, it's just a beautiful story, and I would love for you to share with everybody.
Yes, I remember like the first day when I met you in Annapolis High. It was on July 2013, and I am from Honduras, and I moved right here in 2013. I left my house like February 26, 2013, and I get right here on May 4, 2013. So it took a long way to get right here, but here I am, trying to learn a little bit more of this culture and a little bit more of English, and trying to get up and grow up. And
good.
Education and my life too.
So you are from Honduras. Where in Honduras?
I am from like a small community. I am from like the kind of like the state of Comayagua. There's like
Comayagua.
Comayagua is in the central of the country, and I'm from the very small community over there. Like the village is just like 120 houses.
Very small
yeah,
village.
very small village, and we are all family over there in the village. And
everybody knows each other.
Exactly. Like we were, and back then, I have like obviously long time when I was seeing my people, and I'm ready to go back.
Are you ready to go back to visit or to live?
No, to visit.
To visit.
I got my resident, and so I just bought a ticket to.
So
go.
Going back to your childhood, were you speaking Spanish or regional dialect or another language in your village?
No. When I was in school over there, I was my first language was in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have another dialect.
So
or
no
something
regional local dialects.
No.
Spanish, and you went to public schools.
I went to a public school, and it was very good because when I back then I went to 6 years to my village high school school, and then to go to my 7th grade and
middle school.
Yeah, middle school, kind of middle school.
Right.
We all over there called like 7th grade and 9th grade. I made 3 years going to another village where it was like the middle school, right? And then I did have to walk like for like 45 minutes going back to my house.
So each way it will be 45 minutes.
45 minutes.
For how many years?
For 3 years.
For 3 years. Monday to Friday.
Monday to Friday, and it, like over there, it was like no street, no like.
It was dirt. Just
it
dirt
was
roads.
dirt, and no, it was like just a way like for like, for like a big mountain. Like it was kind of like
a
fun.
forest.
It was
sort
a
of
forest.
like a forest.
It is a forest. So
wow.
still come to my mind.
Every year for 3 years, that's amazing. I mean, you were motivated to educate yourself and to be better in life, and so that was worth it, right? It was worth it to go to school and walk 45 minutes each way. Of course it was.
Yeah, it was very motivated because my big brother, my oldest one, went to like graduate over there. They call bachelor's, but it is no bachelor. It is right here. It would be
high school, like a trade, sort of like a trade school,
bachelor's degree. So to go to like the university.
Right, it's college. Here will be an equal of college.
Exactly, and then he did that, but like he went to a kind of like a private school because over there public school are the system is not quite very well.
Okay.
And then my dad get a loan to pay for my oldest brother education. So um, I was finished my ninth grade back then when my brother started looking for a job, and then he was like 1 year around like looking for a job, and he couldn't find it. So then I decided, I say, Dad, why are you going to take another loan for me? So I decided to don't stop my education,
And just keep pushing.
and then keep working with him, trying to help the family, you know. And then I was out of school I come back right here, and I started school again.
If you don't mind me asking you, sharing your story when you left Honduras and you arrived to the United States, how do you get here?
I took the train.
Okay,
I
so it's
took,
called the Beast. It's called the Beast.
Like yeah, calling like more known like the Beast in Mexico, but it was very you know, like for me it was a surprise because I never thought that I would become to this country or move out of Honduras. I never left my house, not even for like a week. And then the day that I decided to come right here was a surprise for my family, because they didn't knew
They
that I
had
was
no
going to
idea.
come right,
They had no
and I didn't have that idea. You know, I just like, you know, I just make the decision like saying, oh, I going to New York. You know what I'm saying? Like that day I was going to work, actually, and then my friend, my it was not my friend, my cousin, called me and saying, oh, let's go to like the border of Guatemala, and he want me to help him to do something with animals like cows that would bring like a huge like trailer full of like cows to the
Cattle.
border. Yeah,
Cattle.
cows. So then I say, oh man, I'm interested. I would go, and because I have never left like almost like
Your
the
village or your department.
yeah, that department. I just come to the city and go back to my town.
Right.
And then well, in the way I say, Mom, I going to United States, and I just put like a pen and like backpack and
Yeah.
a shirt, and then pair of shoes, and then I say, I will be back. I don't know when, but I think I going to United States. And my mom start crying.
She
And
was
then-
sad to see you go.
Yeah, it was very sad.
So, riding the Beast on top of the train,
Yeah.
all the way from Guatemala to.
No. I come by myself. You know, a lot of people come with
With
coyotes.
family members or friends.
Oh,
right?
coyote. They call
Right.
coyotes. So
Mhm.
people that know the way right
Right.
here. So the difference with me was I was coming by myself, 17 years old, and by himself, and this train. One day, it took me to pass Guatemala,
Mm-hmm.
and then on Guatemala, and then I walked from like the border of Guatemala to Tenosique, Chiapas, Mexico. That's when I took the train.
Okay. How long was the walk? From
It
Guatemala?
was just a day.
Oh, a day walk. Okay.
Yeah.
And the
then,
train ride was for how many days, or how long did it take you to get from Chiapas to the U.S. border?
It took me, if I remember, like almost 10 days, because what
was a
happened
long-
was, the train broken in a mountain, so it was no way to go out, and I didn't want to left the train
You
because
didn't want to lose your spot either, because I'm sure it's a crowded train.
yeah, it was a crowd like you know, a space over there like with in the train, and you know, since I didn't knew Mexico or nothing, where I going to go?
Right.
I was like for 2 days and without eat or drinking
Wow. So
water.
no,
So
2 days, no food, no drinks.
no food,
Nothing.
nothing, because you know I couldn't move. I was scared, or like, you know, going out because you
Yeah.
know
You didn't feel safe.
I didn't feel safe. And then one day It was in Mexico, and it was an organization called like that said that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was getting to Coatzacoalcos, Veracruz, so they stopped the train, and
They were looking for money.
they were looking
Right.
for money. They asked him for like, back then it was like $300 for each person,
Just to
So,
let him pass through.
just to let him
Right.
pass in the train.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. It's
Yeah,
how sad,
and-
right? How sad.
Yeah, and then I didn't have no money with me,
Right.
so I didn't have like money with me. So then, I, you know, they kick us out from the train. So, and then I walked to the middle of the city, and over there it was a nice man who worked for like the church community, Catholic church,
Mm-hmm.
and his name, and I still have his name in my mind because he helped me a lot. And sometime not too long ago, I spoke with him.
Oh, you did speak to him?
Yeah, I spoke to him, and because he helped a lot of people, and he helped me a lot. He didn't have. It is houses in Mexico that they call like where they get the house of the immigrant.
Albergues.
Albergues,
Sort of like
yeah.
like a temporary house. Or
Exactly,
house,
and then
yeah.
and that temporary house or like the albergues was full of people,
It was
so it was no
no
and,
space for you.
it was no space for me, and I was what I did, I bought a bag like to, and I was sleeping under I sleep to like one night under the bridge, I put it in the bag so like the mosquito don't
No,
Yeah.
mosquitoes won't get you.
don't get me,
Wow.
and don't. Then he said, "Hey man," he called me and say, "Man, it's so sad to see you right here." And he said, "I will take you to the house of the immigrant is full, but I will take you to my apartment. Wait for me right here." And then he went to get some food for me because I was starving, man. I
2
I
days
was
with no food and no.
Yeah, I was
fluids.
starving, and he went to get food for me and took me to his apartment. So I finally get a shower
And rest.
yeah,
And a
and
good
rest
rest.
well. Yeah.
I'm sorry that you had to go through that. So fast forward, you got on the train again and then arrived to the United States.
No, then because the people from the train
Right.
don't let me get in if
Right.
I didn't pay them, and so then what I did, the same people asked me if I pay a bus and some money to them, they would not stop me. So I pay a bus, and I took a bus of 7 p.m. and then I arrived in Reynosa, Tamaulipas next day,
Which
from
is
like
at the border. Right?
which is on the border from like Coatzacoalcos. It took me like almost 18 hours
18 hour.
on a
Bus
bus
trip.
Bus trip.
So then you got to Maryland months later, and that's where I met you at the Annapolis,
At the Annapolis High
High
School.
School. You were a fresh student, ELL
very
student,
new.
English language learner student, and from day one, I had a good vibe from you. I saw potential in you, and I believed that you were so interested in learning. You just wanted to learn. You were eager to learn anything that we were offering, from math, science, English, gym, even going to the gymnasium to do some sports. But I mean, you were so interested in everything that you took everything, and I never saw you overwhelmed. You were just a great student from then, graduated, and then a year later you moved to another high school, South River.
South River.
South River High School, graduated with a good GPA,
Yes.
good, and your English was good when you graduated. So took about what, 2 years to learn good English, like almost good English to get into community college, right?
Yes.
Because you are now. Did you graduate from Anne Arundel Community College or not yet?
No, I'm still here.
You're still student. So what are you studying there now?
There I'm studying. I'm in the business administration field.
Okay, so you want to be a
Business
businessman.
businessman.
Good.
Business manager.
Good. And so, what is your interest? What is it that you want to do in life? I know you say you want to be a businessman, but also you mentioned something when I saw you a few weeks ago that you had an interest in becoming part of the armed forces, correct?
Yeah, like I'm since long time I've been I want to get I didn't want to get to the military branch, and the Air Force.
Air Force.
Yeah, the Air Force got a lot of my attention, and then not so long ago I went to when I recruited, and then to see if I
Any
still
opportunities for you?
yeah.
Did you sign up?
I haven't signed. I signed up, but I haven't gone for like the test yet.
Oh, okay, okay.
So
That's
I'm
something
on
that
my
you
way.
want to do?
Yeah. it's
So you
something.
want to be part of the Air Force National Guard?
Yeah.
For the National Guard, the state, for Maryland. Oh,
no,
you're
no.
talking about the Air Force,
The Air Force.
U.S. Air Force, United
US Air
States Air
Force.
Force. Awesome.
Yeah.
I hope
yeah.
you get in. Don't give up. You have, I mean, you have been a remarkable student, and I'm sure whatever you do, you'll continue to succeed because you're always looking for growth, and you're always looking for better opportunities. And so, you know, the sky's the limit. Don't give up.
Yeah. So I met. I remember because when I come right here, you remember I speak zero English, and
I remember.
and then all my teachers they were with me, and the people who always want me to success. I really appreciate that. And then I think one day they took me to see this surgeon from Mexico, Alfredo Ramirez,
Dr. Ramirez.
Dr. Ramirez, who was
He was an immigrant. Yeah.
Yeah,
Homeless.
and then-
He was homeless immigrant, and then he became one of the best
Yes.
surgeons in the world. Yeah.
Yeah, he was back then. He was, I believe now, because I always follow him, and I believe now he's in Florida. But back then, he was in Johns Hopkins, hospital, and then that's when I went to meet him, and he told me very good stuff, like what are you saying right now?
Don't give up.
Don't give up,
Do
and
not ever give up.
yeah. So then here I am, like trying to get successful, and
Good, good. You're already successful. But let me go back to high school again, to Annapolis High, and then South River High School. Learning English wasn't easy, but what is it that helped you? What was the best thing that happened to you as a student to say, okay, I think I'm going to get this. I'm going to get this, and I'll be able to grow.
so it was a lot of facts that helped me to learn English, and one of them, it was that I didn't want to, or I don't want to be right here and be like one more person, like they come from Honduras and or from other countries, and didn't want to get like all the opportunities that this country or those people offer you. So it was a big challenge because the only family that I have right here is my uncle, who I love him like my father, because he is one of the main reason or the main person why I learn English, because he always pushed me to do it, saying, Digno, you need to go to school, and one day you will appreciate it. You will learn English. So my uncle have been like the main thing, and then
He's your role model.
yes, he's my
He's
role
your to-go.
model. Yes, and
You're a
plus,
to-go person. Yeah.
plus like my way right here, my family,
Yeah.
all that stuff come to my mind, and that is when I want to. That's when I say, man, I need to be someone to make my family proud, or to make myself proud, or my way right here, how difficult it was, and to be right here to do nothing or getting nothing from all that stuff that, you know, I feel like I almost get killed over there, and you know, and don't get nothing from that. So I was like, no, I have to do something different than everyone else.
Determination. You were determined to do better. And
Yes.
so, and I see that, and every time I see you out in the community, I am proud of you, and I share this with you that I am very proud of you, and we would love for all newcomers or new students in the United States to be like you. I know everybody's different, but you know, it's just such a great example of perseverance. You know, perseverance and determination. That's something that I applaud you for that. So, learning English wasn't easy, but you had the support from ESOL teachers and also school counselors and administrators.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were one.
I was one of them. Well,
You were
I'm
one.
honored. I was honored, and I'm still honored that I was part of that transition, you know, into your U.S. education. But so when you graduated, what made you decide to go to the next step of education, or the next level of education, which is community college? You know, it's the first door to go to higher education. So what made you go to the community college?
Yes, the main reason my English it was, you know,
It was good, but not.
no, I still want to grow up and with my English, but I know my English is not that great right now, but it's better than when I started. So I want to learn more English. I want to, you know, and like how I say, I want to grow up. In Honduras, I did want to graduate, but then what I thought, what I going to do after I graduate, come back to my village like my brother did.
Yeah.
So then that's what I say right here. I see like if you have like a career, you can be someone one day, and you can, a lot of more doors can open for you, and you will have more opportunities.
Right. So in Honduras, if let's say that you would have gone to high school and then college, you go back to your village, and there's no career opportunities, you would have been stuck there.
Yes.
And so now here they have the opportunity to learn English and you know, continue with your higher education. Hopefully you do become a businessman or earn your bachelor's degree in business management.
That's my
That I
dream.
hope that you do not give up. That then you can be your own. You can do whatever you want with a degree and create your own business, right? That's something that you desire. What kind of business that you are aiming?
Well, right now, what I want to do is like an assets management. This I start like I hope my uncle have like a small business like landscaping.
Landscaping.
Yes.
Okay.
That's
That's a good business. Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
Especially in the green areas in Maryland.
Yes.
So much green
Yeah,
stuff.
and then I help him like 2 years ago. No, I would say 2016, I
Yeah.
think.
Yes.
When I started community college, I took a class like a QuickBook class, you know, to be kind of like a bookkeeper.
Uh-huh.
And then that's when I started helping my uncle to do like to do invoice. It's something that I do like, but I don't do greater than that. But that's you know,
being a
that's what-
businessman, you have to know about bookkeeping or accounting and numbers.
Exactly.
So you have to be good at balancing, check and balance.
checking balance, and that's what kind of I do with my uncle. Right now it's small, but you know, hopefully one day I want to do it in a great company. You know.
Good. And it's going to happen. I know that. I can see that coming. What is your advice that you'll give to students watching this episode?
Well, never is too late, and never give up, because how I say, when I come right here, I did come from 4 years without being in school, and then it you know, no hard. It was not easy because start doing this again, and then plus right here, you know, my family all live in Honduras. I do have to work after high school to pay my stuff too.
Yeah.
So and I have been doing this one for like, you know, 6 years,
Yeah.
and nothing has been easy. Some people when see me say, "Oh man, you get easy, like, you know, you get so easy," but I say, I have suffered a lot.
Yeah. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Do not give up. You can do it. All right. Thank you. Thank you for being here with us today. Before we go, I would love to share this quote with you. Change your thoughts and change your world, by Norman Vincent Peale.